number one, at Clear Valley High School, there are a total of 1,050 students in the freshman and sophomore classes. However, the freshman class has 80 more students than the sophomore class. Which system of equations could be used to determine the number of freshmen F and sophomores S in the school? So what this tells me is my two variables are F and S. F is your freshmen, S is your sophomores. And I know that when I add them together, I have a total of 1,050 students. So when I add F and S together, I get 1,050. So if I look at my choices, here I have F plus S equals 1,050. So that's good. I'll put a check there. This is F minus S. That's not right because we're adding them. We have a total. Total is your sum. So that's not correct. Here we have F plus S, so that will work. And then here again you have your F minus S, so that won't work. So now we've narrowed our choices down to these two. Okay. The next part, it says, however, the freshman class, so the freshman class has 80 more students than the sophomore class. Okay, 80 more. So if I add 80 students to the sophomore class, it'll tell me how many freshmen I have. So I have to add 80 to the sophomore, or to the S, so 80 plus S. Well, here you're adding 80 to F, which means that you would have 80 more sophomore students, and you don't. You have 80 more freshmen, so that doesn't work. So it must be this one. And here you notice you're adding 80 to your S, which is your sophomores. So C is the correct answer. Now to answer part B, you have to graph these and find the intersection. Well, you'll notice there's no X and Y. So you're going to have to figure out which one is your X and which one is your Y. If you have one of the equations already equal to a variable, make that variable your Y. So I'm going to make F my Y and S my X. That way, that one's good to go. That one can be plugged in the calculator. Okay? Over here, again, F is your Y, S is your X. So this is what it would look like when I plug in those variables. So to get Y by itself, we just got to move the X over. So this is going to be Y equals 1,050 minus X. And you don't have to divide anything. You can put that in parentheses if you want. But these are the two equations that we're going to use. So then I can go to my Y equals, in my calculator, I can do 1,050 minus X, and then this is X plus 80, and hit graph. Now we're dealing with some big numbers here, so we're going to have to zoom out. And remember, to zoom out, so you don't even see anything on the graph. To zoom out, you have to hit zoom 3, enter. And we still may not see anything because, like I said, we're talking numbers in the thousands. So zoom 3, enter. There's 1. And again, I only see 1, so I need to do it again. Zoom 3, enter. There's 1 way up here. So I do see them intersect right here. So now I'm ready to do find my intersection. Remember, you hit second, trace, and then the number 5, then hit enter 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So what we end up with is X is 485 and Y is 565. Okay, I know that's really hard to see. So I'm going to come over here and put X equals 485 and Y equals 565. Did you know that bees can sting other bees? Not just humans, but they can sting other bees. Thought that was interesting. So when we go back to look at this problem here, remember, Y is your freshman. So for freshmen, I'm going to look at the Y, which was the 565. And then for sophomores, your S was your X, which is 485. It's real important that you identify which one is which, because when you get these answers, you won't know if you haven't identified which one was your y and which one was your x up here. So we can check this, get out of my graph, and I can add them together. So 565 plus 485 gives me 1,050, and we knew that if we added them together, we have 1,050 students. And then it says there's 80 more freshmen than sophomores. So if I take the sophomore class and I add 80 to it, I should get how many are in my freshman class, and I do. So I would encourage you just to go back and double check your numbers just to make sure they work.